It's Friday, finally the end of the week, but at the same time, a lot has gone down since Black Monday, or in our case, Black Tuesday. So without further ado, let's get straight to it.
What's up, this B-Biz, man? Check out Off the Bench anytime you get a chance.
Hey, Off the Bench, it's 89. Check it out.
What up? What's good? What's happening? It's your boy Big Herb, and welcome to another episode of Off the Bench. We are on the road to 1,000 subs. So please, before we go any further, be sure you hit that like, hit the comment section, subscribe, and hit that bell notification. So this way you can be abreast of what's next on Off the Bench. Guys, man, it's been an eventful week. Once again, I apologize for getting into you a day late and everything because this overtime is kicking my ass. I'm gonna try to do the presentation a little bit better because I'm trying to get it situated and at least get the information out in my car. I can't be at work just sending all the information, but I will go ahead and if you go on my IG account, I will go ahead and start posting more and more, just a little tidbits of what I think and everything. And this way we can go ahead and start talking about what's going on. But before we go any further, let's get into these comments real quick. Lil C Whitt, what's good, man? Yo, what up, Big Herb? How's it going, my brother? It's going pretty good, man. Trying to get this content out before I hit the OT again. Big E. Hey, yo, Easy E is here for the love and support. Let's fucking go. Salute. Appreciate it over here. Guys, let's just say it's been an eventful week. So with that being said, let's get all the particulars out the way. First off, Marshawn Lattimore. He already looks like he was, just based off his play alone, he already looked like he was going to be on his way out. Well, he just made the situation a little bit easier for the Commanders because he was just arrested on gun possession of I believe the thing was firearm in the car. So it wasn't in his trunk, which a responsible gun owner would do, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Good riddance. Let's move on. There's been a lot of things going on at Ashburn. Obviously, earlier this week, with the firing of Kliff Kingsbury and the firing of Joe Whitt Jr. earlier this week. There's been a lot of talk of meddling because if I'm not mistaken, Jordan Schultz had put out there that there's potential meddling going on with the front office with AP and DQ. Constantly putting his 2 cents. It felt apparently what's going on is it's felt like he's just always getting into it, like always, you need to be doing this, you need to be doing that, you need to be doing this, you need to be doing that type of situation going on. And you know what? This is just my 2 cents as far as what is concerned. If the general manager and the head coach is having that type of energy going on with each other, and we've already been told that they talk every day. So I don't have an issue with that. It gets to an issue with me when it's like Dan Snyder, when the owner who's not doing anything of the nature of like football work, he comes down from his yacht, from his airplane, from a private jet, and just starts coming in, not letting the football people be the football people. That's when I have an issue with it. It's not when the general manager who's picking if they're going to the grocery store and what's the name of it? The coach is the cook Yeah, I don't have a problem with that. Yeah, I need to know why aren't you using Ja'Cory? The season's already over at this point. Because I mean, let's be real. AP and DQ are having these conversations as far as every day, saying as far as like, hey, we're pretty much out of the playoffs. Why aren't we playing our young players? Why aren't we developing our players the way that they need to be developed? Why is it that we're always running out of shotgun? Why aren't we running under center? It's you need to go ahead and develop these players the right way. Guys, we were out of the playoffs by like week 10. Like realistically, I mean, we weren't going to make a comeback and everything. So why aren't those young players like Kane Madrano, Ben Sinnott, getting more playing time? It's you have so many weapons that you're not even using. I mean, it took until the game against the Chiefs to finally go ahead and put to see if Tyler Owens was even playable. And that's too late in the season. I mean, we've been having these issues on with as far as just trying to develop players. I'm not saying that Tyler Owens is the answer, but damn it, let's find out if he's palatable to play. I mean, that's the questions that I have at this point. Please tell me what you guys think in the comment section. So far, let's go and see. Lil C. White says Commanders are interviewing one of the Cardinal coaches for OC job. We're gonna get into that soon. Also, Herb, if you're making multi-millions, why would you want to screw it up? Just like Plexico shooting himself in the yeah, that part right there. Conceal. Lil C. White says conceal weapons. Yeah, I don't get it. Just put the shit in the back seat. It's not worth getting into any issues, man. Last time I checked, Marshawn Lynch was not like that guy that's people know him enough to where it's just like, oh, he got the ops on him or anything like that. It's come on, man. Let's be smart. You guys are making millions. Let's be smart. Lil C. White also says. Wanted to mention what that Rachel White yesterday basically said Rashid right is leaving the Bucks and has been hitting he wants to be in DC and that's his top destination. Well, my thing is this. As far as him is concerned, okay, cool. I'm not in the midst of like just because you're cool with our quarterback, you deserve to be here. I want the AP and DQ to actually sit down and have a conversation. Is it beneficial to him coming on this team, or who's the better option of him coming on the team? That's the thing as far as I'm concerned about. As far as with the that, and then even going into the point of where it's like the meddling. I don't want you to just come over there and just bring somebody in here who's friends with people. No, because I mean that friendship bullshit. The power of friendship does not fix everything. I'm just giving it a buck. And I mean, I'm looking at as far as like AP, where it's always being said that he's loyal to a fault. Look, in situations like that, I am too. But I can realize like, hey, I can talk to my friends and say like, hey, you fucking up. You need to fix it, or I'm gonna have to get somebody else in to do it. I love you, but you got to fix this. And if you don't. And that goes with running backs, receivers. And now, here's the one thing I will say: the power of friendship, I have no problem with. If Jaden wants to get what's his name, Malik Neighbors over here, bring him over here. If Jaden wants to get Malik, not Malik, Brian Thomas Jr. over here, I'm all for it because their production they put productions up. I mean, they put numbers up. I'm cool with that. You can bring their ass over here anytime you want. But seriously, as far as when it comes down to the situation, as far as just the meddling part, because it was brought out to as far as like they just got constantly going back and forth as far as like just I have no problem with that when it's the general manager who's built championship caliber rosters. I don't have a problem with it. I'm like, hey, fix that shit. You have to look at it as far as like developing players as well. How are you developing your players? If you're not developing them, then you got to find another alternative. There's been plenty of times this year where it's just like we don't see the development of, i.e., Mikey Sanders still. We obviously know that he's not good at the slot corner position. He's better on the outside. Well, try to develop him into a better outside cornerback. Jordan McGee, we obviously see he has way more speed than Brian, what's his name, B-Wag. But at the same time, it's just like, hey, like, you got to let you got to, I understand that B-Wag, and that's a different situation. B-Wag knows the defense. He's as far as run, he's great, but he's a liability in the passing game. And I love B-Wag. I think that he's a first ballot Hall of Famer. He's top 3, not just statistical as far as like linebackers of all time. I think he's actually he's definitely a top 5 linebacker of all time. But as far as like, dude, you're getting old to the point to where we need to start putting these young bucks in there. We need to get younger. And even as far as like, you have a situation where like Brian Robinson Jr. was here last year. He's never cracked the 800-yard mark. Bill came in the first year and cracked it. But here's the thing, he wasn't playing as much. So that's where I have like my issue as far as like when they say, oh, he's meddling. Okay. The GM and the head coach should always be on the same page. It's not the person that's sitting there just drinking his scotch in the owner's box, just sitting there, I don't like this. Fix that shit before I fire your ass. He's not a Jerry Jones. No, I need the actual, like, hey, I'm here every single day. Like, hey, what do you need? AP says, hey, DQ, what do you need? Hey, I need this, that, and the third. All right, bet, let's get to it. All right, what should we do in this situation? We should be able to go ahead and find I think we need to find a better press corner or whatever it is like that. I think we need to find a better slot receiver. I think we need to find a better option at left guard. Something like that. That I have no problem with that type of conversation being handled all the time. Big E says, man, for real, let B-Wag be the first ever player coach for defense. And he also says, Bill started 7 games and got 805 yards, 8 touchdowns. Imagine if he played most of the year. I agree with that. So that's why I think we're going to lead into this next point where we asked, so what led to Kliff Kingsbury's exit? So in that situation, I think it was a type of thing where it was like, hey, we got to go ahead and change things up. We have to go ahead. And I think that DQ wanted to keep Kliff Kingsbury around. But I also look at it from the standpoint of like, hey, my man, I'm on my last leg over here. And we need to go ahead and fix this shit. So I think we need to, I like what you're doing, but I think we need to make some changes. And if we needed to get done. Where Kliff was like, yeah, that's all cool and shit, but I'm not changing my offense because you want to go ahead and you fearing that you're getting fired. And I think that's where the disconnect came from as far as it wasn't, I don't think it was what Diana Rosini said. And by the way, shout out, like I said to her, I said the other day, Diana Rosini, you take what she says with a grain of salt. But at the same time, I have to give a shout out because she called it and it was semi-correct. At least what I think. I think it was more DQ and Kliff Kingsbury that was dealing with the situation. But she was in the rank, so I have to give a salute to her. She's doing a great job this year so far. But I think it was a situation to where it's like, hey, we need to go ahead and figure this shit out as far, and he was not willing to compromise. So he was like, well, I guess you got to go. And I don't think and the thing about it, because it's comfortable for JD5 because they actually get along. They on the same page a lot of times. But I mean, it's also like, hey, JD, I need you to go ahead. And there's some things that Kliff does. So where it's like, hey, I think some of the play calling needs to develop a little bit more for your attributes. I think that we can go ahead and do better developing you. And I think that as far as like, there's a lot of things that we're a different play calling situation. We need to go ahead and switch it off. Kind of like how they have with the, I'm going to use this as an example, using the Shanahan offense, where they do a lot of the zone running. situations. They have the Horntie situation going on with the as far as like different passing routes, as far as you can do a lot of run, as far as we do a lot of play action, but we do a lot of play action from the shotgun. So why can't we just try to switch it up a little bit just to go ahead and do something different? That's my take on it. But as far as like, I think that's what DQ is really trying to do, and which is like, hey, I want you here, but if you're not willing to make these compromises, I got to let you go. Before we go any further, Lil C. White says, what I'm hearing is AP wants Kyle Shanahan style offense, exactly what I was saying, where they are under center more and want someone from Kyle Shanahan's tree. That I could completely agree, because that's what I feel like. Honestly, if you put JD in that type of offense, it's going to flourish on those play action rollouts. Oh my God, it's going to be so, like, for real. If we gonna run the ball, and then all of a sudden you do a play action with like on a bootleg with JD, oh my God, it's gonna be phenomenal. I think we need to do that a little bit more. But JD isn't really comfortable with it, so I think that's the reason why. Also, Biggie says that's what I'm saying. Kliff, he would not play the right guys. Not a lot of Bill, not Senate for 2 years, not drawing up more plays for Terry and looks for Debo and Burks more like, what the fuck, ridiculous. He also says, I believe AP and Dan said we need to transition to an NFL style offense. So defense don't know what JD is doing, because what they did before for Jaden just not did in college. I agree. I think that we need to go ahead and move into a better offense. And that's why I'm saying, like, as far as when this situation, it's just like, hey, I mean, let's go ahead and make that change. I mean, at this point, yes, JD only played 7 games last year, and 4 of them all as far as he only played 4 complete games. So yes, I agree. I think it's best to just go ahead. Now, don't get me wrong. I am a person of, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But I will say, as far as, it was some games where Jaden was playing and he just looked kind of lost. I'm not saying that they actually would go ahead and I'm not saying that the game is people got a hold of his game and everything like that. I just think as far as the games that we've seen, he didn't play like Jaden of old. I think we need to change it up just a little bit, not drastically. So, and seeing that Kliff was fired, let's go ahead and look up some guys who they're looking at for offensive coordinators. Now, I think it was C. White who came over there and said that they were looking at somebody from the Cardinals. I didn't hear that yet, because I literally just woke up about an hour ago trying to get ready for this and everything. So, and I got to go to OT. So we're going to go and find out on a different time. But in the meantime, of what's been going on prior to, I say around 12 o'clock that I found out, I would say, as far as like some person, they just had an interview yesterday with Lunda Wells. He's the Cowboys tight end coach. He was a big part of the offensive game planning last year, over the last 6 years with the Cowboys. Apparently, DQ wanted to bring him over originally, and when he came to coach over here, but it got blocked. So it is what it is. Also, could potentially be the offensive line coach over here, because they have the situation as far as trying to bring former players over, and they could potentially block it. If I have I think it's, if you have a position, if it's going to be a promotion, then they could bring him over. He's definitely developed Jake Ferguson and Dalton Schultz to be very good tight ends, but he also never called plays. So I think in a situation like that, I don't want to say they're Rooney ruling it, but at the same time, it's just like, I got to do my due diligence and go ahead and interview some of these people. So this way they know, I mean, they have they look like competent interviewees. So I mean, that's just my thought on it. I think as far as like he's not the answer, but I mean, I still got to interview some, do my due diligence as far as just finding out some things. Also, Brian Daboll. For those of y'all who was like, well, the Giants ain't do shit. Well, yeah, the Giants didn't because he was the head coach. But him as an offensive coordinator, oh, he's pretty damn nice. Look at the development of Josh Allen. That first year coming out, and then when he took over the following to go ahead and build something up like that, I mean, he was Josh is goddamn it, he's the MVP from last year. He's a reigning MVP, and he's been on the MVP caliber for the last couple years. Now, was he better than Lamar? No, that's a whole different thing. Was he better than Patrick? No, he wasn't. That's a whole different thing. But looking at as far as the what else we're saying. Lil C. White says, I believe AP said, and Dan. Oh yeah, I'm sorry, they just said that. CGM 87, what's good? Thank you for being in the chat today. I really don't want Dayball hot-headed and limited success without Josh and Raheem, or Josh Allen or Raheem. DQ got to get over the nepotism hires, or he's out next year probably. My thing is this, and I'm gonna get to the defense side, but currently right now, yeah, Dayball, I don't think he's bad, but I mean, you also got to look at it when he has elite players. They look great. He knows how to operate with them. But I mean, it's also like, hey, if I have the best what's the name, utensils to go ahead and cook something, then yeah, I'm gonna be able to do better. I just can't put little shit together and just make it work. Yeah, I think he does. He fits better when he has better options. I mean, look and see who his quarterback was the last couple of years. Daniel Jones. I mean, he made him, like, for the first year, a competent quarterback at one point. Didn't have over 20 touchdowns. I mean, let's put that out there first. But I mean, you seen what he did. He tried to make shit work. And then when it didn't work, he actually got Jackson Dart that looks somewhat palatable. Now, yes, the crash outs are crazy. That's crazy work just going into the blue tent. I've never seen any shit like that. Honestly, it's comedy, and if you ask me, yes, it's reckless as fuck. Like, dude, get the hell out of the blue tent. We got to do our job. What else? What was it looking at? Lil C. White says the playbooks are the same from Jalen's rookie year, so defenses know what Jaden was doing because the plays are the same this year like Jaden's first year. Okay. Biggie says, is there any way some of these OCs and DCs that haven't had success actually come here and look competent? I hate to hire someone with no good track record, and we see them the same shit. I guess in that situation, it's kind of like, hey, we have to go ahead and figure something out, because you have a situation in this part where it's like you have to. I'm tired of I'm saying, as far as like, because I see a lot of people just go ahead and find somebody and then they just make it work for some way, shape, or form. But also, it's like, hey, in this situation, I think a DQ is gonna find somebody who actually knows, who's actually done, who has experience. In this situation, I don't think we could get a play caller who's never really called any games or anything like that, because he's almost on the hot seat if he's not already. I think that we need to find somebody who can actually run the show. And even as far as like and I'll be sure to get to the last person who I really want to come here. But as far as just like, I think that you need some experience, somebody who has experience in this situation, because it's not like, hey, I'm giving you a chance in my first year as the head coach. Like, let's say somebody who didn't call plays as a position coach, but now he is the offensive coordinator if he was brought here. I'm thinking, what's the guy's name over in and he was the cornerbacks coach over in Dallas. Now he's over in Chicago. I'm losing my train of thought, chat. Be sure to help me out with this one. If you don't have experience at this point, I'm just going to keep on going forward. If you don't have enough experience, you got to go ahead and find somebody who does, because in this situation, he's on his way out. Al Harris, yeah, Big E, thanks. Al Harris. Al Harris is definitely one person that you could say, as far as like every single destination that he goes to, he always has his corners and safeties always turn over the ball. But when it comes down to like when he leaves, things go to shit. So yeah, like I wouldn't mind somebody like him come in and try to work things out and try to give him a little leeway as far as being a play caller. But Dan has to look at it from his situation where like I can't just put this out there because I'm getting ready. I might be getting fired if this shit don't work. So I get it. I understand. But at the same time, it's like, hey, we got to find something. Just going and look at the other ones. Lil C. White says, so moving on with Kliff kind of makes sense because they are switching. They were switching it up. So it's time for a change. Yeah. They weren't switching it up. So it's time for a change. For everybody who's coming in, I appreciate y'all stepping in today. George 745 says, how about Lincoln Riley? Hey, quarterback guru. I don't know. Good thought though. I mean, it's just I'm not sure. I think he's a great developer for college. I just don't know in the pros. That's a thought. I mean, am I going to go ahead and base it? Do I think DQ is going to do something? Use him? Nah. I mean, it's a thought. I mean, it's a thought. I'm seeing a lot of okay, so we're getting ready to get into the whole entire situation as far as with the defense. But before we go any further, I had to go ahead and give my offensive coordinator choice for my last one, who I think, all joking aside, we got to try to see if we can get Mike McDonald. Mike McDaniel. To be honest with you, we all know the story as far as him and DQ. McDaniel had the alcohol problem. DQ helped him get himself together. So that, I mean, here's the one thing, as a coach, yeah, I got my gripes with DQ, but as a person, he's a stand-up guy, amazing person. I mean, but at the end of the day, I think that Mike McDaniel is definitely a great option to have. But the only issue is with all these openings getting ready to come up, or that's open right now, you have to make sure that, hey, is he going to be the person that I really that's going to be able to be here? Who wants to come here? And right this second, he's looking like he can have his pick of the litter as far as when it comes to finding coaching positions. I would love for Mike McDaniel to open things up in a Shanahan offense where running the ball is something. Look at Devin. I think I'm trying to pronounce his name correctly. Atu, and the running back with the Dolphins. Phenomenal runner. He is very underrated. He's always like in the top 5 as far as running back, but he never gets the recognition that he really deserves because he plays with the Dolphins. So yes, I think that's something that we definitely need to check into and actually take a chance and look at it. Yeah, that's my 2 cents on this. And then he's gonna open things up for JD, whether it be under center, shotgun, and rollouts and all that other stuff, because he's way faster than Tua. He's a better passer than Tua. He doesn't get injured as much as Tua. It's just this year was the actual one year to where it's just like, hey, nobody is calling hip drop tackles, and Jaden is getting hurt because of it. It's just one of those situations, in my opinion. I think that he would definitely open this whole entire thing up for Jaden. I think, and Jaden even said it himself, he has to go ahead and put himself in better positions so this way he doesn't get hurt. So, I mean, I think as far as in that situation, it's something to really think about and talk about. But guys, so before we go into the defensive side, I got some news, man. I got a sponsorship. And so without further ado, let's get straight to it, man. So let me fill you in on W. W is a powdered energy drink that replaces other inferior caffeine beverages. It contains 0 maltodextrin, 0 fillers, 0 artificial colors or dyes, and is no proprietary blends. The star of the show is our caffeine fruit extract, which helps you focus with no jitters or no crashes. Can't even front, man. This is a pretty tasty beverage. I recommend that you go online to w.com to go ahead and get your own shaker bottle, your own Japanese energy blend that they have on here. This one, Japanese yuzu, like I said before. You can go on and get different type of flavors that they have on there and go ahead and order yours. And here's the thing, when you go on there, go ahead and type in the promo code ODBHTTC for 10% off on all your products. Shout out to W, man. I got it's an energy drink that's actually really good. I'm not just saying this shit because, hey, I got a sponsor now. No, I drank it. It was actually really tasty. I love the Japanese yuzu. I'm trying not to butcher the name. I'm sorry, but it's like a lemon taste one that flavor type one. It's like a tea. It's really good. You don't have the whole entire what's the name? It's not the chalky type taste aftertaste that they have on it. It's really good. I didn't crash out because as I've been saying on here a lot, I've been doing a lot of overtime. I definitely have that energy boost whenever I use this. So I recommend you guys go ahead and check out the place. It's doobie.com. You can go ahead and put in my promo code ODBHTTC for 10% off. I appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Let's get back to these comments right here. Going ahead and hold on a second. Yo, shout out to Biggie. Take home the dub. Take home the dub with W. Go ahead and trademark that. Yo, salute, man. That's good right there. I'm gonna use that. Take home the dub with W. Yeah, we definitely gonna use that for now, and that's the joint. Also, I appreciate it. Big what's his name? He says, congrats, Big Herb. Also, he says, damn, Herb is moving up the slope. Oh man, but no, that's definitely thanks. I appreciate it, guys. I really do. So my man Swan says, hey Big Herb, I'm very excited for the off season. I am too. And here's the thing, it's gonna be a lot that we have to address. And like I said, let's go over to the reason why Joe Whitt got his ass fired. Well, duh. You're giving up a shitload. You're giving up a record in as far as when it comes to giving up points. I think for a 4-week span, we had gave up damn near 40 points for every single week. So of course we're not gonna come over there and we had to let him go, take away his duties for what's the name for a minute. So I mean, yeah, get rid of him. He was supposed to be gone during the season, but because he's loyal to a fault, he kept him around. And that's just the issue that's the only issue I have with DQ. But I can't even sit here and really look at him sideways because I'm guilty of the shit too. So I am loyal to a fault, but at the same time, it's just like, dude, you have to go ahead and get rid of your boy because he's not the option right now. He's not a good look for this defense. And I'm not saying that we have an abundance of talent on defense, but at the same time, there's different people out there, and we're going to get straight to it, that actually who flourishes with a crappy situation, and they actually do pretty good at their job, i.e., the one guy who they're actually interviewing, Patrick Graham. I'm looking at as far as with that situation, as far as Yeah, you were coaching with the with the Raiders and everything. Yeah, they're a shit show. But before we go any further, let me go ahead and tell you this. Looking at the situation, am I going to say he's an elite play caller? No, I'm not saying that. But if you look at his track record, every single year is getting better every single year. So hear me out real quick. You look at his first year where he was with the in 2022. They had the 28th ranked defense. The very next year, they become the 16th. The very next year after that, in 2024, they become the 14th. And then last year, they became the 8th. But here's the thing. Why, if they're the 8th ranked defense, why the hell did they lose so many games? Why did they only win 3? The offense was only putting up 14 points. There's no way in hell that I'm going to be able to produce as a defensive coordinator if my offense is ass. Let's just keep it a buck real quick, man. If my offense is just like horrendous, I could sit there and hold you to 21 points, but hey, that I only can score 14. My offensive line is ass. My running back, who's actually very good one, he can't even be himself because he can't find the hole. Pause. What's the name? The quarterback situation is garbage. It's a whole entire thing. It's a lot of things. It's not like I have a lot of receivers other than Bowers. Brock Bowers is the only one. And even with a depleted, dude, they had Helu Blue Kelly, and I'm pretty sure I messed up his name, but Blue Kelly, who was actually, I think he was over here at one point. He was like our practice squad corner. He was actually getting reps against McLaurin. So I mean, if that's your corner, your starting corner, putting in some starts, some quality starts, yeah, it's gonna be a problem over there. What's the name? Even looking at Jeremy Chin, he had some good situations over there, but then he got injured. He was put on IR. Max Crosby is the only other person. Dude, hold on. They had Abraham. What's the dude's name? Safety. From them. Damn it, I'm losing this track of his name. For those of y'all who remember the whole entire situation with the Jets, with the key card on situation on Hard Knocks, that's him. He was over with Seattle Seahawks. He came over here. Abraham, I think that's his name. He played for LSU. Damn it, I'm losing track of his name. But anywho, he's an old ass player, and I'm just gonna bookmark that right this second. You had an old ass player in 2026 playing linebacker who was playing safety at one point. And even still, the defense was good enough to actually be competing in games. But you don't have an offense, so why? I mean, you're not going to be able to do it. Another situation, a comment that I meant to say earlier, but I had to wait because we was going on to deep. We was talking about offense first. Lil C. White says on here, Jeff Ulbrich from Atlanta, Raheem Morse, and Mike McDaniels are offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator to look out for. Commanders, and also Al Harris per Adam Schefter. Now, here's the thing. If I actually have to pick somebody who, as far as defensive coordinator, I was always going to go with, what's the name? Jim Schwartz. But then I also had to think about this situation too. Jim Schwartz is the type of person where he's like, just give me the reins to the defense and I'm going to go ahead and cook. And he does. But DQ is a defensive mind, and he also feels like he needs to be part of it. So I don't think that's going to mesh, even though I would love to have Schultz here. Jim Schwartz here. It's just something to look at. But the more and more I thought about it, Jeff Ulbrich, you have a situation going on with him. Number one, when he was with the Jets, before he became their defensive coordinator, they were ranked number 28th. The very first year that he came in, he was ranked first. Second year, 2023, he was ranked second. 2024, he was ranked third. He's a top 3 defensive defense in the first 3 years. Then he became the defensive coordinator for the Falcons. And in the year before he came in, they were ranked number 23. Last year, he turned them into 13. I mean, you got to look at that. I mean, that's production. And then you look at the whole entire situation with Atlanta last year, where they picked up two pass rushers in the draft. One of them being having the most sacks for rookies last year with 10 and a half. I forget his name. Pierce. I forgot his first name, but his last name is Pierce. He went ahead and had 10 and a half sacks this year. And the other guy, I think he had maybe about like 8 sacks on the year. But to get 18 sacks out of your top 2 pass rushers that you just drafted, oh yeah, we need that, because and if you're going to go ahead, and I'm just going to foreshadow this, if you're looking at somebody in a situation when it comes to trying to draft a pass rusher this year, because that's what AP said that he wanted to do, David Bailey. I would love to have David Bailey come here. And if you bring Jeff Ulbrich here to go ahead and coach him up, he's going to be a fucking problem. I'm telling you, it's going to be biblical. I'm just thinking, for those of y'all who don't understand this, I'm going to have a culture conversation with you right now. And I know I'm shying away from the whole entire OC and DC talk right now. I need to talk to y'all about David Bailey real quick. Okay. For those of y'all who don't know, that doesn't know the culture when it comes to Black Air Force energy. Black Air Force energy is when you don't give a fuck. Black Air Force energy is when you're willing to do the shit that nobody is even thinking about doing. Black Air Force energy is fuck around and find out type of energy. And if you look at how he looked, how David Bailey looked in college at Texas Tech, number one, he doesn't have any. He wears number 31, and he's a pass rusher. What pass rusher do you know that wears 31? He doesn't have any sleeves. He doesn't have any gloves. He just has black cleats and bare arms, bare hands, nothing. I'm here to cook and take out your quarterback. I'm here to stop the run. I'm here to cause damage from the offensive line to your quarterback. And there's nothing that you can do about it. And then on top of that, it's just like, he is the type. Doc Walker said this, and this resonates to me so much, because he said, I want a player who plays like he's never had AC. And if you know anything like that, you know if you ain't never had AC, you willing to do the shit that you have to do to survive. David Bailey is actually that guy. And the thing about it, you got to look at it too. He graduated from Stanford early and came to Texas Tech to ball the fuck out. That is that's me stepping on the proverbial soapbox to say what I want. I want David Bailey, guys. That's what I want. We're gonna go ahead and do the whole entire. We're gonna do the mock draft sometime next week. But yeah, I needed to get that out my system. Sorry, guys. I just had to say that. Another person to go ahead and talk about as far as when it comes down to defensive coordinator choices, Raheem Morris. He has that chemistry with DQ, because they actually was coaching with each other in Atlanta. He brings head coach experience. And when he was with the Rams, now granted, they damn near had a super Avengers team. That defense was ranked number 9. The team that team that won the Super Bowl a couple years back. I think that there's something to look at. Is it my end all be all? No. I really want Jeff Ulbrich. Patrick Graham is a good option. I know that there's some other guys on the way that's going to be coming in here to be taking a look at. But that's just my thoughts as far as like who I think should be coming in as coordinator choices. Guys, so tell me in the comment section what you think as far as who we should hire as a defensive coordinator and an offensive coordinator. If I have to, at the end of the day, if you want my choices, I'm with Jeff Ulbrich as my defensive coordinator and Mike McDonald as my actual as my offensive coordinator. At this point, we just need to see as far as with McDaniel. I need to know what's going on with that because he has options, and you need to hurry up and get this coaching interviews out the way, so this way you could try to just give him the job. Big E says before we roll out, has there really been news for them looking at Al Harris? Oh shit, Mike, dude, I'm gonna get back to you, E. Brian Flores, I would love to have him. I just think the only issues why he's not coming here is because he's going to get a head coaching job. But to go back on to what you said, Big E, as far as Al Harris, I think the only reason why they're not really going to go ahead and have him come on, well, first things first, he's got to go ahead and coach this weekend with the Bears going up against the Packers. So we can't interview him yet until he's out of the playoffs. But I think as far as the situation with him is that they want a play calling experience, and Al Harris unfortunately does not have that. Now, had DQ came in the first year and went along with Al Harris instead of Joe Whitt Jr., I think he probably would have been a little bit better. But that's just my 2 cents. Big E also says, I won't be opposed to bringing in Greg Williams. He was great and still have a lot of energy. He has a lot of energy. I just don't know if the game has passed him by. And I think after that whole entire debacle in New Orleans, I don't know if he's going to be able to come back. But another thing he says, shit, Herb, we've had guys with play calling experience and it hadn't worked out. Yeah, I get that. I'm just going off of what DQ said. DQ said in the interview with Adam Peters that he wants somebody with play calling experience. Me personally, I'm not against having Al Harris here. I would love to have Al Harris here because, damn it, if you're going to give up at least like 275 yards a game, at least turn the goddamn ball over. They had 33 turnovers this year on defense on 22 interceptions. Mikey had majority of the interception. He only had 4. I think the only other person was B Wags with 2. We only had 6 interceptions this year. That's a problem. That's an issue with me. Mike, just to go back to what you were saying as far as Brian Flores, I would love to have Brian Flores here. Don't get it twisted, because that motherfucker, he should have never got fired in Miami. I'm just gonna call it what it is. He should have never got fired in Miami, but unfortunately, Miami is Miami. It's Florida, ladies and gentlemen. It's Florida. But guys, I appreciate everybody in the chat today. I appreciate everybody stopping by. Oh, we got one more. Big E said Al Harris made D for Breland, and that secondary is in the top 5 of our secondary. Like, what the hell happened? Here's the thing. Al Harris is one of the, and I'm gonna say this is the last thing. I promise this because I'm getting ready to roll out. Al Harris had one of the greatest moves that I've ever seen in NFL history. Let's go into the time machine. Let's go back to, I believe it was 2003. 2003, the Seahawks was playing the Green Bay Packers in Lambeau Field for the playoffs. And it went into overtime, and there was a coin flip. Matt Hasselbeck was the quarterback, and they won the coin toss. And he flipped the coin, and they said, "What is? Okay, you guys won the coin toss. What do you want to do? We want the ball, and we're gonna win. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do." And then all of a sudden, they start driving down the field a little bit, and like by play number 5, he throws an out route. Boom. And then Al Harris picks it off and goes house. One of the funniest fucking situations I've ever seen in football history. Chat, if you remember that, please say something in the comment section. I never forget that moment because he was talking so much shit. We want the ball and we're going to win. And he throws a touchdown pass, just throws it to the other fucking team. Oh my God, Matt Hasselbeck, you are hilarious. But guys, I appreciate you all coming in today, listening to me rant for our weekly therapy sessions. So I appreciate y'all coming through, giving your 2 cents. And for everybody who has not seen this show live, please go ahead and check us out and give me tell your comments. Tell me what you think as far as the whole entire situation with Marshawn Lattimore. Tell me the situation, what you think about with the meddling situation. Tell me what you think about who you want for your offensive with your offense coordinator you want to bring in. What do you want to do with defense? Who you want to bring in? And also, yeah, bring home the dub with W. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna use that in the next video. So bring home the dub with W, and be sure to go ahead and get your going in and get your 10% discount with ODB HTTC for your keyword to go ahead and get 10% off. So I appreciate everybody in here coming in here. But before you go, please hit that like, comment in the comment section, subscribe, hit that bell notification so you can be abreast of what's next, and help us grow so we can do more. Guys, I appreciate you guys coming in today. And as always, left hand up, who are we? The Commanders. Peace.